right until the end, they really kept that feeling of an old mafioso film going. I was actually really impressed with this final episode of 91 Days. I mean, they did all the big dramatic stuff in the last episode. I thought in this episode we'd still have quite a bit of drama, some more explosions, some car chases, some gunfights. Not so much. I mean, we had a few, but none that really involved Nero or Angelo or anyone that we actually cared about, let's be honest. I mean, Tigre was a cool guy, and the way he was gunned down really sucked. I mean, they almost got to the boat. He did all that he could to defend his people, self-sacrificing himself, trying to stay in front of everyone, even though it just didn't work. He got gunned down, they all got gunned down, no one survived. So that was actually kind of sad, since he was trying to be such a hero, but the Glaciers weren't dumb enough to actually fall for it and just aim at him. They were smart enough to shoot at the people that were actually running away and then turn back to him. Oh, man. So this was deep. There was a lot of pain in this episode. There was a complete end to everything. And that's what I think it was. I mean, I've seen there are some people debating over how the ending went down. And from everything that happened, I'm pretty sure they both died. By which I mean Angelo and Nero. I mean, the thing that gets me most about it is clearly the whole time they're on this little trip, they're kind of acting friendly again, even though both of them have essentially lost the will to live at this point. I mean, you have Nero even explaining you don't need anything to live for. There's no reason that you need to go on living, kind of thing. Like, he's seemingly trying to convince himself more than Angelo. I mean, he's lost it as well, man. I mean, Angelo's lost himself for so long, especially, God, when it even took Corteo away. God, he was so broken. And now Nero has truly experienced all of that pain. He didn't really want to go on anymore. Everything was taken away from him. Oh, man. So, yeah, there are hints that Nero was just done, especially when it comes to that ending. Because like I said, the whole time they were on this trip, like going across country to get to the ocean. And that was just 100%, like it was obvious. It was Angelo choosing the place that he wanted to die. Which is something that they do in these kinds of films a lot. I really liked it. They kept it open right until the end. They made it like really nice and sweet and gentle, like a final trip between brothers. Which is good, man. Since both of them had lost a brother, they both kind of needed that brotherly connection. I mean, Angelo said it himself at one point. He didn't want to kill Nero. That's why he didn't kill him. He couldn't do it. He saw him as a brother, even though it was kind of the most fucked up relationship ever, and he still took away his father and the rest of the family from him. Jesus. He just couldn't kill Nero. It just wasn't a thing he wanted to do. Even though that was that idea that he wanted Nero to experience the same pain as him. I mean, yeah, man, he still just didn't want to kill him. But it was that final thing. Because, I mean, we saw one mafioso, probably from the Glaciers, making sure everything was going the way it was intended to go, following Nero and Angelo as they went across country. You saw him in the diner, entering the diner, just kind of sitting there for a minute. Nero noticed him and they left, but he didn't interfere with them, so they just kept going. I mean, I'm sure he was just keeping watch, making sure that Angelo was going to kill Nero like he promised to. But instead it was Nero who eventually shot Angelo. And then, I don't think Nero got much further than that. I mean, there's some imagery at the end that really suggests that. When you see, the final thing that you see is it focuses on the ocean again, coming backwards and forwards, and then the sandy beach. It shows their footprints, Angelo and Nero's footprints. The thing about it is, although some people got a little bit confused by this, because there's two sets of footprints, one goes on a bit further than the other, but there's no body, there's no blood. What's most important about this is that there's no footprints going back away from the beach. So it's not their literal footprints. It isn't actually where Nero shot Angelo. Rather than that, it's just the idea that this is how far they got. This is the journey of their lives. Their footsteps as far as they went. So I think Nero did kill Angelo there, left him essentially there, maybe at the best, pushed him into the water rather than buried him, got back into the car, started driving. I think that smile that he had at the end was just a knowing smile of the fact that the glacier was following him. So when they did show those footprints at the end, I'm pretty sure that's what they were saying. That Nero killed Angelo, but he was kind of smiling at the fact that he wasn't going to have to go on living with that pain much longer. He knew the glacier was on his trail. He knew he'd figure out that was Nero rather than Angelo driving away, and he'd be killed soon. And, you know, he doesn't have to go on living through that pain that Angelo survived for so long. So that's why his footprints come to an end very shortly in front of Angelo's. Anyway, that's my view on it. Let me know what your view on it is in the comment section below, because, you know, that's completely up for debate kind of thing. It could be that they just wanted to set out some other kind of thing, but I like that idea. That Angelo got killed, Nero then got killed shortly after, and the waves then coming in and washing away their footprints, showing the fact that their lives didn't really leave much of an effect on the world. I mean, Nero's family has completely been wiped out. Angelo's family have completely been wiped out. There's no one who's going to really remember them. Except for that dude who was originally driving them around that they ditched. To be honest, them ditching him probably saved his life. If they hadn't ditched him, he would have gotten drawn into the whole glacier situation as well. This way, he actually managed to survive. Nero was the only one who got killed at the end, well, as well as Angelo. So yeah, it was incredible to me. Just that whole little journey they had, knowing 100% Angelo was going to be killed. Angelo finally admitting that he didn't want to kill Nero, that he had to get his revenge, though. It was the only thing he was living for, so he still did it. He still watched everything happen. He still watched everything burn around Nero, despite the fact that he liked him and didn't want to kill him. You know, that was the only thing he was living for. You saw it so well throughout this episode. He was done with life. He didn't care what happened anymore. He knew he was going to get killed by someone or another, because he wasn't going to kill Nero, which was his only way of actually going free from the glaciers. And, you know, he just didn't give a damn anymore anyway. He'd completed his one mission. He was ready to go. So yeah, personally, I found this to be a beautiful ending. I loved the music. The ending song coming in while they were on their journey suited everything perfectly. The music right at the ending as well, when you had like the waves coming in, it was just all so damn good. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below, because for me, this was amazing for an anime. This is definitely an anime that I would share with people that aren't that into anime. Definitely, obviously, people that would love films like The Godfather, shows like The Sopranos, stuff like that, mafioso kind of stuff, would love this anime because it uses so much of that style. I mean, that ending, the blurry fade kind of thing, that was 100%. The keeping it kind of ambiguous, but giving you that artistic view into what happened, so you can kind of read it your own way, but like everybody can read that their own way. That's what I'm most interested in. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comment section what you think actually happened, because I have seen a lot of people saying they think Angelo got left to go on alive and that Nero probably let him go and then went away, but that's definitely not the feeling that I got. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories in the comment section. Let me know all the evidence you've got for your own ones as well, and just let me know what you thought of this series as a whole, because honestly, this was amazing for me. Like, this final episode was just goddamn beautiful. The whole ride along was amazing with all the action, all the intrigue. Oh, it was greatness. So yeah. One bad thing about this series is just that I never got too attached to many of the side characters. I kind of cared about... In fact, yeah, I cared about Corteo. I cared about Angelo and Nero. But then everyone else, like, I didn't feel too sad about Tigre's death, even though he went down trying to protect his friends. I didn't feel too bad about Flate or any of the original family who disappeared in, like, the first episode, obviously, or Vincent. Like, that revenge, while it was cool from Angelo's side, like, I didn't sympathize too much with the man himself or anyone else in that situation. You know, everybody else who got killed, way back since Vano. Vano was the only one that really showed a personality quite strongly that I liked, and I kind of felt bad for his death, but all the other side characters up to that point, Fango was just insane, so it was just amazing to see him die. So yeah, Corteo, Angelo, and Nero were like the only ones that really mattered to me personally. But But yeah, let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this review, wreck that like button like you mean it. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more from next season. And I will see you guys next time.